Hello. Recently I've gone on 2 book buying benders. Both of them were cheap, so it doesn't really matter. But I have ended up with quite a few books this November-October. Okay, let me set the scene. 6-hour shift at KFC. Just finished. Don't want to catch the train because it means walking all the way to the train station, so instead I think I'll go to the warehouse. I didn't go there for books. I went there for a pair of running tights. So there's a man packing the stand, eloquently lifting up books and putting it down. At first I go, oh, I've never even heard of any of those authors, does it really even matter? Then I see a flash of blue. Is that a hardcover copy of The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Ahdieh for $7? So I go over to the table and I pick up The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Ahdieh. Now this is the second book in the Wrath and the Dawn, I think that's what it's called, series. And then I saw this was the only sort of hardback that they had. They didn't have paperbacks of everything because it was a clearance thing. Then I saw The Wrath and the Dawn, which is the first one. This is in paperback and this is in hardback, but I don't really care. All of these books are $5, by the way, apart from the hardback, which was $7. And I mean, like, $5? Yes, please. If I go on Book Depository, you have to pay for like $14 for something like that. I think it's $18 for this one. So, I pick up The Wrath and the Dawn and I picked up The Rose and the Dagger. And then I just kept looking through thinking, oh yeah, there might be another like stray, like actual good one. Because at the warehouse it's like a lot of really crappy books were on sale, like just getting rid of them because nobody wants to buy them. But I did find 2 gems in there. I found I'll Give You the Sun. I don't know what edition this is, because this is not the normal cover. It says on it, we're all heading for each other on a collision course. No matter what. Maybe some people are just meant to be in the same story. I think this was there because it has got like a couple of scrapes. I don't know if you can see it. Focus. It's not focusing on my face. Why does it only focus on my face when I don't want it to? See, like here, I don't know. It's out of focus, but... And there's like the sticker mark. It's really strong and like... Yeah. But still, it was $5 and it's got a really pretty like weird cover. On the inside is the normal cover. I don't know what this is actually about, but I've heard a lot about it, and at our library it's got like the librarian recommendation on it. So I was like, I'm gonna pick this up. And then I brought another book by Yandy Nelson, the same author of that one, which was The Skies Everywhere. I don't know if these are like in the same series or something. I don't think they are. Yeah, I don't think it is, because it says winning author of I'll Give You the Sun instead of like second book in the I'll Give You the Sun trilogy. Duo? Is that what you call it? I don't know. I don't know what either of these are about, but I've heard that Yandy Nelson is like a really good contemporary author, so I was like, I'm gonna pick them up. Plus the covers are really, really pretty, so that doesn't hurt. Okay. And then I sort of travelled to the back of the store. I was like, right, I'm just going to get my pants and then I'm going to go. And I was like, oh, I'll just have a quick look in the book section, the actual book section, because the books originally were out the front, just so that when you walk in you go, oh, I'll buy those. So I went and looked in the book section and they had a whole bunch of classics for $5. And I was like, I don't know what editions these are. It just says Articris on the side. I've never seen them anywhere like on Book Depository or anything. They're really like quite cool copies. So I got basically a whole bunch that I was interested in. So Jules Verne, The Journey to the Centre of the Earth. Everyone knows what that's about. Phantom of the Opera. I only got this because I really like the musical. It's a good musical. And Classic Tales of Horror by Edgar Allan Poe. I really want to read some Edgar Allan Poe because he wrote The Raven, which is like a famous poem, and I've watched like videos about his life and it seems really interesting, and like, so I really want to know what he writes, and he's supposed to write really good like murder mysteries, and it's getting on to October, so classic tales of horror, perfect timing. And then finally I got To Have and Have Not. All I know is that it's by Hemingway, who was depressed, and it was set during the Great Depression. So basically I don't know anything about those books, but I just picked them up because they were only $5 and like they looked interesting and like they're gonna look pretty on my shelf. Always a good reason. Every sort of like September, October, there's a big book fair in Tawa. And it is massive. Massive. And so this year I went and I picked up some secondhand classics. It's just a big secondhand sale. It's not like brand new. First I got 1984. There were so many books there, I found it really hard to find anything actually that I was interested in, and this is the first thing. Like, I just came across it by chance. I think it was in the wrong section, but like I just saw it, I was like, it's 1984. Basically this has been really like relevant recently because a lot of the things in this novel that are predicted, because it's one of the first ever dystopians, a lot of the things that are predicted actually are coming true. And it's kind of creepy when you read it, thinking that it was written ages and ages ago. It was written in 1948 and he just switched the 8 and the 4 around, and boom, there was his title. But to think it was written in 1948 and it's all become true in what, like 50 years? That's kind of creepy. So yeah. Then I got another Hemingway because I started reading To Have and Have Not and I was like, oh, that's actually quite interesting. And so I got The Snows of Kilimanjaro by Hemingway. I don't know what this one's about either, but it's Hemingway, so it's gonna be good, isn't it? And then I got a play, which is The Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller. Basically I came across this and Mum was like, oh yeah, I studied that for school. And I was like, ooh, because usually books that you study in school are actually good. It's just when you like study all of it and it never stops and it gets horrible and boring, people get tired of it. But I am interested in this one because if Mum studied it in school, it's probably quite interesting. And then I got The Test of the Durbervilles. The Test of the Durbervilles. I got this mainly because I've already read it. It's pretty depressing. It's about a girl called Tess. And her last name is Durberville, and they figure out that they're related to a big rich family, and then her family sends her off to go and like basically ask the family that they're related to, the rich family, can she have a job because she's related to them. And she gets the job, and one of the people there aren't very nice. The boy, and drama happens. It's a very dramatic novel, but I really love it. And I got this copy just because I want to write all over it, and I feel like I don't want to buy a brand new copy and then write all over it. So, Test the Durbervilles. Also, I'm related to Thomas Hardy, like, distantly. So that's another thing. I'm doing this a lot. And then I got sort of two more modern books, which is The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. I saw the movie, I liked it, got the book. And this is the same sort of saw the movie, got the book. Was Confessions of a Shopaholic by Sophie Kinsella. There's a lot of Sophie Kinsella is like one of the main contemporary writers at the moment. So, and I haven't read anything by her, so I was like, okay, I'll get that. I actually didn't end up spending that much. I think it was $12 for all of these, and it was like $53 for all of those. I need to calculate it again. I'm pretty sure it was 53. So all of those books were like $67. It's a steal.
You go. What shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.